Oh boy, hello people, hello everybody. Welcome to Friday, you Friday people. For those of you that's working, I guess it's almost getting off time, ain't it? Oh boy, this took a little longer than I anticipated, as usual. This is our charcoal gray, I call it. 2013 F150. This is just an update for you guys. The whole car has now been pre-rinsed. It was snow foamed. Oh boy. Then rinsed again. And then we did the contact wash with our McGuire's Wash Plus. Oh boy. Then it was rinsed again with distilled water to minimize any streaking or water spotting, using my cordless power washer for that. The engine bay has been cleaned. It has been cleaned. I'm not going to say that because I'm not done with it. And then every window, every piece of plastic, all the little trim pieces, every square inch of the exterior of this vehicle has been strip washed. All the plastic, and I just finished doing a walk around where I double checked all the cracks, all the crevices, like up under the doors, the little cracks where the window meets the rubber gaskets and all that, and made sure all the contaminants were out of there. And what I used for that was, I have a spray bottle of citral here, which is highly dilutable. It's a citral based degreaser, and I went around the whole truck literally with this brush, scrubbed out all those little cracks and crevices, scrubbed all the little cracks and crevices in the emblems, everything, every little thing was done, everything. And now this truck, I think it has transformed dramatically since I started on it this morning. And I'm about to start clay barring it to remove the remainder of contaminants that are on the paint. And there are some, you can't see them, most of them are so small you can't see, but I can feel them with my fingers and my hand. They're on there, and you can see that some of those rock chips and that kind of stuff showed up more now that the truck is absolutely as clean as it can get. It cannot get any cleaner than it is now, except for removing the remainder of the contaminants. Yep, got in my little brushes and stuff, got in all those little cracks and crevices in there. All that down there was strip washed, and got all those little crevices, those little metal toe things or whatever they're called. You know, and I think it's looking so much better than it did. And the clay barring will make it look even better yet. Tires were stripped. There's been no protectant put on them yet. That's one of the last things I do. Oh boy. But all this stuff was strip washed. All the bug splatter, tar, all that stuff has been removed. All of it has been removed. And you know, sometimes what you have to do is, after you wash it, you just have to go around the truck a little section at a time and look for that stuff. And that's what I just finished doing. Make sure that I didn't forget anything. Those steps right there have all been stripped. They're looking pretty good, I think. Got all this junk. Remember all that junk that was in there, and those cracks there between the cab and the bed of the truck? All that's gone. All that's gone. All that contaminant washed out. Even washed this toolbox. It's been strip washed as well. And I may give it a quick polish, ma'am. I think my customer's watching. You know, and one thing I did notice was that, I think I mentioned this to her, now that the paint is clean, you know, some of these scratches and whatnot were filled with dirt. And now that all the dirt, all that stuff is gone, you can now see these scratches a little bit better than you did. I don't know who that is. Said, hey buddy, how you doing? I'm doing good. I don't know who's asking. Tell me who you are. I've been sweating and sweating and sweating. It got kind of warm out here today. I like it. I like it. I like sweating. But yeah, you can see the tailgate, all this, the step bumper is looking much, much better. As you can see, I took the license plate off, as is my practice and habit, so that I could clean behind it, because that gets dirty too, you know. And I used a soft boar's hair bristle brush to clean around. I think these are sensors or backup cameras. Sensors, I think. Yeah. Because you don't want to mess with those too much. You could damage them if you're not real careful. So be careful with those, folks, if you're doing your vehicle. You can see that scratch there. We talked about that earlier, how it's deeper up on the ends than it is in the middle. That shows up a little bit better now. But yeah, she is totally stripped and dried her with forced air drying, a filtered blower with heated air. There again to minimize any spotting or streaking. Yeah, you know, there's a little bit, but the clay ball will take that right off, as would any quick detailer probably. But yeah, all that crack in there was all cleaned down between the cab and the bed was cleaned. I've got a long handled flat microfiber thingy, I don't know, remember what you call it, that'll fit down in there most of the time. And I do see something I did miss. See right up there, I don't know if y'all can see that stuff that's in that little crack there on that back window. I'll have to climb up there with my citral and my little brush and get all that out. I don't know, can y'all see that stuff up in there? Oh my goodness. Nobody's perfect, I guess. And I can see a little bit on the top too. But I'll get back up there and get that off at some point. Not a big deal, it only takes a minute. That citral, eat it right off. Eat it right off. But she's starting to look pretty slick, folks. Pretty slick, slick, slick. The journey has begun in earnest now. Yeah, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And I've taken the antenna off because I know from experience they get in my way when I'm trying to buff. So I've learned a long time ago, if they'll come off, take them off. I've done some old cars where they wouldn't come off. But yeah, I think she's looking pretty slick, pretty slick, pretty slick. Yeah, the windows are still just a little bit dirty because just washing them won't get everything, but we'll hit that up with some magic sponges and some stuff like that, some other techniques that'll clean those up before we polish them, and then we'll seal those as well. This truck, in case y'all don't remember, is going to get probably a 2-step polish, and those scratched areas will be damp sanded, probably some of the roof because it's in horrible, horrible shape. But it did come relatively clean after I scrubbed the hell out of it. And then with the clay bar and all that, when all that's done and the buffing and the wet sanding and all that, then the whole truck will be paint prepped. And it's going to get a ceramic coating, a high-grade ceramic coating, which will last for years if it's maintained properly. We're going to ceramic coat everything. Everything that can be done. The paint, these plastic headlight lenses, all this stuff down here. And she requested that the wheels be ceramic coated. But there's been some debate. I asked one of my forums about that because those were, she brought it straight here from the shop. Where they put new paint on there. The name of that paint escapes me at the moment. You have to bake it on. People said once it comes out and they're baked on, they're as cured as they're going to get. So we'll see, we'll see. But we'll ceramic coat everything, everything. And then we'll do the interior Oh my goodness, yeah. And we can't ceramic coat the glass. I don't like the way ceramic coating behaves on the glass, but we'll put a high-grade sealant. And then once the ceramic coating is cured, which takes 24 hours, then we'll put a product called Armor on top of that, which will further enhance this gloss and shine and provide another layer of protection. It will help protect the ceramic coating, which is protecting the paint, if that makes any sense to you folks. And I may end up putting some solution finish on some of this plastic once it completely dries out, because that stuff is kind of porous, particularly here on the fender flares. That's pretty soft stuff right there. It's almost rubbery feeling, which is not a totally bad thing, but you can see they cleaned up relatively well. Pretty happy with the way they all cleaned up. But hey, we'll get busy clay barring here in a minute and see how much I can get done before I have to stop for supper. Wished I'd moved a little faster today, but I didn't. But you know what? Taking it to this level takes time. They don't call it detailing for nothing. That's what it is. You got to attend to the details. I even stripped this vent cowl. It turned out fairly nice. Even cleaned the wiper blades, because nobody ever cleans wiper blades. If you clean them on occasion, they will last much longer. And if you don't have dirt on your wiper blades and dirt on your windshield, then you know, you guys have seen me with cars, car after car after car, where you get those scratches that are in that semi-arc pattern. That's from dirty windshield and dirty wiper blades, rubbing dirt across that glass back and forth. Even though it's tempered, it will scratch. This one doesn't seem to be scratched, but I cleaned those blades anyway. All right. So I'm gonna get to it, y'all. If you're on YouTube watching this, hey, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up and be notified with the progress on this vehicle. I think that looks like my daughter Ashley watching. She has a Ford F-150 as well. Ashley, it took all day long to strip wash this truck. All day long. But I also detailed the engine bay. It was stripped as well. But I'm not through with the engine bay. That'd be one of the latter things I do. But, you know, hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube, and, you know, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Doesn't matter. If you got questions, you know, put them in the comment section down there, or text me if you got my phone number, or PM me, or whatever it is you need to do, want to do. If you have any, want to know what products I use, what equipment I used a lot on this. I used the steamer, I used the pressure washer, a myriad of wash mitts and brushes and detail brushes, and on and on and on and on it went. I just finished putting all that stuff away. But she's looking pretty good, All right, folks, I'm going to get off of here now. I'm not getting in front of the window, Angela, because I look horrible at this point. My hair's sticking out all over the place from sweating all day. No. Sorry, baby. Not going to happen this time. Oh, boy. All right, y'all. I appreciate you very much. Stay tuned for the next episode. All right. Bye, y'all.